Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on the Digital Delirium YouTube channel. As always, I'm your host Josh, and with me is my friend Eric. Say hello to everybody.
How's it going?
We're going to do an E3 wrap up here, and this is something we should have done months ago, but things just kept getting in the way and we never got around to it, so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a little better late than never.
Let's start with the three third-party companies, Bethesda, EA, and Ubisoft. Let's talk about them first. Who would you like to start with doing this?
Yeah, I don't really, it's been a while and I kind of misplaced my notes. I don't really remember what order they went in, but I want to say EA was first.
We'll get around to Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo after that. We'll talk about them after we do the three third-party companies.
Yeah, right.
Microsoft was the first one to go of those three, wasn't it? I think they were. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, because Microsoft was on Sunday this year, which is weird.
You want to start off with Bethesda and kind of make fun of them because there's really not much there to talk about in the first place?
We could, that's fine, just because it was so short, there's not a lot to say about it.
Why did they even bother to have a conference this year?
I have no idea why they rented. I mean, all they had to do was release the Wolfenstein and Evil Within 2 trailers. I mean, that's all they had.
That really was literally it. This show was pointless. Those really were the only two big announcements they showed. Evil Within and they showed Wolfenstein, and that was it. They could have put those on someone else's stage.
Yeah.
They might as well have just handed those games off to Sony or Microsoft to show off on their stages. Would have accomplished the same thing and not wasted anybody's time.
The good news with...
Don't get me wrong, Wolfenstein does look cool.
Yeah.
And the Evil Within looks cool too.
Yeah, it made no sense that they had it. The good news is that Skyrim will now be ported to my microwave, so that's something to look forward to.
What is this, the fourth E3 that they have shown Skyrim off on their stage or something like that? You guys know it's 6 years old, right?
I just hope I hope it's like a running gag with them that just never ends. You know, like next year they're saying Skyrim on the Apple Watch. You know, so many.
They did show off that Skyrim is coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of cool.
Yes, that one I'm gonna pick that up.
That version does come with some Switch-specific content where you can get Legend of Zelda items in Skyrim, which is cool.
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to get the Master Sword and Link's shield and maybe his tunic in the game. I don't really like the other two. The Master Sword in the game would be really cool. I wouldn't really care so much about the tunic, but getting the Master Sword would be neat. And you can use amiibos, I think.
I'm not sure if they said this was a special edition of Skyrim or not, but it does look like a good version of it for the Switch.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the Skyrim special, like the remaster that came out. I didn't end up picking up, but I think I'm going to pick up Skyrim for the Switch. I know I was just making fun of Skyrim being to everything, but at the same time, having it on a Switch would be pretty cool.
I think a lot of people were looking forward to the next Elder Scrolls, and I think a lot of people were disappointed that it didn't show up. Apparently, it's not even in development yet.
It is. I think it is. I think that they're totally full of shit by saying that it's not, but I think it's fully in development.
Well, all I can go on is what they're saying about it, and what they seem to be saying about it is it's not currently in development.
I mean, me personally, I'd be willing to bet that they are, but at the same time, that company, they kind of do what they want, so we'll see.
Seems like they showed off something for Doom as well, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was.
The VR. Yeah, the VR. Right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
VFNR.
Yeah.
Doom 2016 was just a fucking awesome game.
I haven't beat it. I played a little bit of it, but that's about it.
Would recommend. It is very, very good.
Oh yeah.
I had so much fun with it.
Yeah, I know I need to get on it and go back to it. All that jazz, but I just keep getting so sidetracked, and that's one of the ones that I just kind of keep forgetting about, because I know it's not.
When I was playing it, I couldn't fucking put the damn game down.
Yeah, right.
Skyrim is also coming to VR.
I've heard, and I read online, I don't remember where, it might have been, I think Game Informer or IGN maybe, that the Skyrim VR was pretty rough, so kind of curious.
I don't know. I know it's coming to Sony's VR, and I believe it's coming to the Oculus too.
Yeah.
Heard Sony's VR is pretty good.
Yeah, I know, and they're releasing a new PSVR bundle, which I don't have the VR. I wouldn't mind picking it up, but we'll see.
I'm kind of interested in Sony's VR as well.
Yeah, I would like to get it. I mean, I want it more for like different experiences, like movies and stuff, but we'll see. Yeah.
I personally really haven't tried anything VR, but the Sony VR is supposed to be pretty good for the price you pay for it.
Yeah.
Like a good deal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cool. I was trying to cut down on all the crap I'm buying, so I was wanting a new Xbox, and I know we'll get to Microsoft, and they announced that X, and I was like, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get that instead of the PSVR.
We'll talk about that when we get to Microsoft.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what all else they showed off.
Yeah.
This whole conference was stupid, man. Like, they had one guy go on stage, give an introduction, then they showed a video, then he said bye and left, and that was literally all it was.
Yeah.
Fucking pointless.
They did the Bethesda land where you're going to go through different parts of the theme park, which was kind of fun. Like, that was kind of cool, but
there was no on-stage demos of any of this. There was just the video, and that was literally the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the two big were Wolfenstein and then Evil Within, which I was more excited for Evil Within, personally. That looked really cool.
I was more excited for Wolfenstein, personally.
Yeah.
Evil Within does look pretty sweet, though.
Yeah.
First one's pretty good.
Yeah, and I just got the first one, and I'm really excited to play it. And I have Wolfenstein, and I was kind of playing through it, but it pissed me off so much, so I kind of just rage quit it, and I don't know if I'll go back.
I liked Wolfenstein The New Order a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, I kind of grew up with the series. I was playing the original when I was a kid.
Right.
But I really liked the new one. Fucking Nazis on the fucking moon. Badass.
Yeah.
In general, though, there was really no reason for Bethesda to even have a show this year. If you're only going to show off 2 games, come on.
It was pointless. 100% pointless. Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Did they show off anything for the second Dishonored? I don't remember.
I don't remember because I couldn't care any less about that franchise.
I did play the first one, and it didn't strike a chord with me. I really couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I just don't like it at all. So I had, just no desire.
They also showed off some of the new Prey, which looks absolutely nothing like the original. And I do like the original, though no one else played it.
I love the original Prey, but the new one it looks awesome. It's supposed to be pretty much a hidden gem anymore, just because it's not selling that great, and you can pick it up on sale pretty regularly.
It really reminds me of System Shock 2.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. System Shock 2 is great.
Yeah, I plan on picking Prey up. I know on Amazon you can get it a lot of times, and even last times I've checked for like 35 bucks. Definitely pick it up.
For the most part, Bethesda was pointless. Now let's move on to EA next.
Yeah, EA, they would, so there were sports?
Well, there was sports, of course, but there's also a lot of Battlefront 2. They spent a lot of time on Battlefront 2.
Yeah. I actually liked how they did Battlefront 2, where they showed, like, the live kind of, the different teams, and they were checking in with the teams during the gameplay. I thought that was pretty interesting, pretty fun.
Where they had the 2 teams playing against each other throughout the show.
Yeah.
What I like about the new Battlefront, and I'm surprised but I'm saying this because it is EA, is that they appear to have listened to basically all fan complaints about the first one and tried to address each individual one.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, because I had bought Battlefront when it came out, and it was fun to just, like hop online sometimes and play, but it got boring pretty quickly and really just lacking features. And the new one looks pretty cool. That being said, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up because there's so much coming out, but it looks like they really listen to everybody. And I thought the demo showed it. Yeah, the demo that they showed of it looked awesome. It looked really, really good. So hopefully it does well.
This one actually looks very feature rich.
Yeah, I it looks cool, but I just don't know if it's gonna be, because I don't know how much online multiplayer, because I want to pick up Destiny 2 and then Call of Duty the World War II when I gotta get, because I love World War II crap.
I'm legitimately excited for Call of Duty World War II.
Me too. It looks a lot of fun. I'm excited.
I haven't really paid much attention to the series since, I don't know, maybe World at War.
I don't have any shame. I've played them, pretty much all of them, and I really enjoy it, because sometimes, if I'm going to sit and play, like a massive single player game in the evening and enjoy myself, but sometimes if I don't get that much time and I only got maybe a half hour, I love jumping on there for a couple of matches, and I got pretty good at it. But the World War II one definitely for me that's a must buy.
I'm glad they're going back to the World War II era.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Might actually pick it up.
Right.
Definitely looks fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Call of Duty is Activision. We're supposed to be talking about EA.
Yeah, I know.
And their newest one is Battlefield 1.
Yeah. I've seen gameplay of it. I don't really have any desire to pick it up. I prefer Call of Duty more myself. But I had Battlefield 4, and I played that, and I had fun with it, but it was so buggy.
I never got around to actually playing Battlefield 4. Do you remember what else they showed? Because I'm kind of drawing a blank.
They did not show a lot, because I know they spent a decent amount of time with Battlefront.
The biggest chunk of time was spent with Battlefront.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Did they show like new Need for Speed?
I don't remember. It seems like they might have.
I think they showed new Need for Speed.
Somebody showed off some kind of racing game with like planes and boats and cars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was well, they did show that Need for Speed Payback, which is kind of like Fast and Furious, but yeah, there was some other one they showed. I know what they also showed. It was EA that showed that co-op Prison Break game, right? A Way Out.
I think so. That looked cool.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that looked like it would be a lot of fun to co-op, man.
Yeah. And they showed that little teaser for Anthem, which looks amazing. So.
That was also shown on Microsoft's stage. We'll talk about that later on, too.
Right. Rightfully.
It's coming to the PS4, right?
Yeah, there's no way it's not.
I mean, BioWare is a big third-party developer, so...
Yeah.
They didn't show off anything related to Mass Effect at all this time, however.
Yeah, which sucks, because I think Andromeda is fucking awesome.
Andromeda is not without its flaws. The facial animations were definitely laughable.
Well, they fixed them quickly with a patch, and it just kind of sucks to me that the game was such a good story and so many awesome moments that, because of a couple internet memes, pretty much killed it.
Beyond that, there were a lot of gorgeous visuals in that game.
Yeah.
Its badness is overstated.
And the racing game we were saying that had like the cars and the boats, that was Ubisoft. Yeah, that was Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's right. I guess this is the problem with doing this a couple months after E3 actually happens.
Yeah, it was what, Ubisoft? Yeah, it was supposed to be great.
But there was a new Need for Speed, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of Fast and Furious, and
they had to have something else.
I don't believe they might have, but I don't remember it. EA didn't have, because they didn't have a lot. They spent a lot of time with Battlefront. Like I said, they had that little Anthem teaser, let you know that more was coming at Microsoft. They showed some Battlefield 1 like expansion stuff. There's like something Russia.
Yeah, I really don't remember much.
And I think that's about it.
That Russia expansion looks cool, though.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Ubisoft put on a legitimately good show this year.
Yeah, Ubisoft, past couple of years, Ubisoft has been so much better than they used to be.
This year, they seriously cut down on the cringy moments and humor of past years.
Yeah.
It was a better show for it.
Ubisoft, they would always show off cool games, but their presentations were always terrible. But this year was probably their best one. Wow.
Yeah, this is the company that had Mr. Caffeine.
Right. Well, they opened it with Mario Rabbids, because remember Miyamoto came out.
That game actually looks pretty cool for the most part.
Yeah.
They showed the developer in the crowd, and you can just see the passion for this project on his face. It looked like a childhood dream come true for him.
Oh, yeah. I know, I would have sat there and bawled my little eyes out too, man. Come on. Fucking Miyamoto? That's insane.
Yeah, man, no disrespect to that guy at all. That's actually pretty awesome to be able to achieve, like, probably a childhood goal like that.
Yeah,
And the game itself does actually look kind of fun.
I want to pick the game up for my Switch because it's supposed to be really fun, so I'm looking forward to playing it.
My only real hang-up with it is the rabbits kind of annoy me, honestly.
I don't know, I like them. Yeah, they remind me of the fucking, what's the little yellow banana guys, the minions. Yeah. Oh man, I'm a sucker for that stupid shit, so it looks funny.
I don't know, they get on my nerves, but the gameplay looks cool. It's like a tactical RPG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of what, XCOM. You know?
It does kind of look like XCOM, except with Rabbids and Mario. I'm glad Ubisoft is supporting the Switch. I do want to see it succeed.
Oh yeah, Switch is... I can't say enough good things about that thing. I love it to death.
I do want one.
Yeah.
I didn't manage to get a Wii U either. I still kind of want one of those, mostly for Wii games, I think. I don't know.
No, but anybody listening to this, if you have a Wii U, or you're gonna get a Wii U just for, like, you know, to have the console for collector's sake or anything, get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. You can get it for like $20 on Amazon, sometimes less, and it's fucking amazing.
That was made by Retro Studios that did Metroid Prime. It looks awesome.
It is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best Donkey Kong games ever made.
It looks like they lovingly recreated the Donkey Kong Country style from the original games for the Super Nintendo, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Legitimately some of the best looking games on the Super Nintendo and best playing. Like, they are so much fun. I didn't play 3 much, but 1 and 2 are great.
I can't stress enough about Tropical. I know it's getting off subject, but I can't stress enough. Anybody, give that game a shot.
For the most part, they had a very, very good showing. It was entertaining from beginning to end. It didn't really have much in the way of cringy moments or lulls or anything like that. Just a great show. Very, very well put together.
Yeah.
The one cringy moment was the Just Dance sequence.
Yeah, you knew it was...
But I understand it's something that they've got to do.
You knew it was gonna suck. You know, they showed it, whatever. Then they had that weird Frodo VR game that they showed that they didn't show any gameplay, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, everybody had a little bit of VR on their stage, really, except for Nintendo.
Then they showed that new game, the pirate one, Skull and Bones, and I was so pumped at first because I'm like, man, this looks like a high def, like immersive pirate experience. Like, this is gonna be awesome. This is a game when I was a kid I would dream about, right? But from the sound of it, you can't leave the wheel. You're just pretty much stuck there. So yeah, okay.
That would really look like a more serious take on Sea of Thieves by Rare.
Yeah, it's similar-ish, but in Sea of Thieves, you can at least, you can run around your ship, run below decks, get off, go on islands, steal treasure. On the Skull and Bones, I thought maybe that's what it was going to be, but it was going to be like a high-def experience. You're a fucking pirate, but it's pretty much you're just at the ship wheel. And I'm sure, it could be fun, but I don't know, I was bummed about that.
Yeah, it does sound kind of lame.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was going to be like a full-fledged game made out of the pirate parts from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like how pirate ships were a huge part of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yep.
A full game of that would be cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. But, it might be fun. Who knows?
Here's hoping that there is more to it than that, man.
Yeah.
They also showed off the new Far Cry, and I'm excited about it, but also a little bit skeptical because I think the formula has gotten stale because you did the exact same thing in 3, and Blood Dragon, and Primal, and 4.
So, I am obsessed with anything Far Cry 5 right now because that's like my perfect setting for a game. And everything they've done with it, like, this looks like it's going to be the one that I've been dreaming about. Like, The Far Cry 3 was great, like the tropical setting. 4 was good up in the Himalayas, but like this one, like Montana and then the fields and the little towns, like that Americana stuff, man. I've been dreaming about a game like this. I'm so fucking excited for it.
My big deal is the formula really hasn't changed. And did you hear about the big controversy? Like, a whole bunch of people thought that this game was trying to make fun of Trump supporters, but I didn't really get that from it at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some political stuff in it, sure, but to me, it didn't look like they're trying to make a statement or anything.
Yeah, I really didn't get the vibe that they were trying to make fun of anybody that supports a specific political candidate or anything like that. It didn't really strike me that way.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. I'm like, oh, here's this like asshole cult leader. I'm gonna have to fucking blow his head off. Like, that's awesome.
I got more of a the Covenant, the Sword, and the Arm of the Lord, or a Branch Davidians kind of vibe from it. David Koresh.
Yeah.
It does look good though.
Also, another thing for this new Far Cry, you create your own character.
That's cool. Love it when you get the option of creating your own character.
Yeah, so you can be whoever the fuck you want. And it looks like they're in like the different characters you can partner up with. There's like the sniper. There's the guy who's the pilot. You can choose who to bring with you, and the dog, of course. It's how you tackle different missions. It looks incredible. I saw gameplay the other day of fly fishing in the game, and like I just sat and watched it all because I just cannot wait to play it.
I want to be more excited for it than I actually am. Like I said, they have stuck with the same formula for so long that for me it's kind of gotten stale, and I'm kind of worn out on it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess for some people. For me, it doesn't really matter because I love playing those games. So I'm like, if I can do the exact same thing in the setting that I prefer, then I'll be happy.
I really wish they had gone balls out stupid with the last one, Primal.
I didn't play it.
Like, you're gonna make a game about cavemen or whatever, make it a Far Cry and take it seriously? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the era that the game takes place in.
The Geico era, I believe.
We'll go with that. How are you going to tell a compelling story in that kind of setting, really? I mean, how?
Right.
Make it stupid, replace the vehicles with dinosaurs. Let me ride dinosaurs. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Just go crazy with it.
I mean, can you imagine how much fun it would be to, like, snipe your enemies with a bow on the back of a Triceratops or something?
Give me a Far Cry game with dinosaurs. Now, that's all I want. Yeah.
And they ended their conference with something that they have not shown off for many years.
Yep. Beyond Good and Evil.
They still didn't have any gameplay for it, though.
So, supposedly they showed off early gameplay behind closed doors, and apparently it looks absolutely nuts. So, here's hoping that we'll see it sometime in the next 5 years. I'm doubting it, but
I'm hoping we get to see it, and when we do, I'm hoping it lives up to all the years of hype.
If it's anything like what was described as the gameplay, then I think it 100% will. But it's just they have to stick the landing on it. Once they show gameplay, there's no turning back.
Really is, man. It's a tricky thing when you wait this long.
So here's something.
Anyway, the CG trailer had excessive use of the F word.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was. Still would have been nice to see some gameplay. Like, it's been in development forever. Throw us a bone.
Yeah. Well, reading about like the behind, obviously, I keep saying the behind closed doors footage that they showed. Apparently, they used some whatever kind of technology, not quite No Man's Sky, but similar-ish to where like if you're on a planet, it's the size of a planet, yet it's like densely packed, and there's things to do, and however they can pull it off, if they can. Like, it sounds incredible, but we'll see.
Did you ever actually play that game, No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I bought it on launch, and then
Was it as disappointing as I keep hearing?
it wasn't And if you knew what you were getting into, I don't think you would be as disappointed. Like some people, and rightfully so, because there were so many different interviews and so many different things said about the game. This,
Yeah, they way overpromised. They way oversold this game.
yeah, Sean Murray, and like, well, I felt bad for the guy because they should have gave him like a PR person, but they just kept putting him out there in interviews, and I think he got so excited about the game he was trying to make that he let himself run wild with it. But they have updated it so much to where it's really starting to live up to what he was saying originally, and there's so much to it now. I still go back and play it.
It really had a very rocky launch, man.
A lot of people, I'm sure, just gave up on it after that, but man, go back to it. They, get the updates in there. It's really cool.
I would like to give it a try sometime.
Yeah, he should. And then what sucked too, because as soon as all the backlash hit, he just went dark for months and didn't say a word, and that hurt.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
You can't just disappear like that.
Yeah.
You have to keep your fans informed.
Yeah, no, he should have came out and said, look, this is what happened, this is what we're gonna do. Look for this in the coming months or whatever. But they've released a lot of big updates for it. I mean, it's like a totally different game almost, so yeah, I encourage you to check it out.
Well, the game is still on my radar. I'd like to give it a try sometime.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. It's really cool.
I also still need Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank.
Oh my god, I don't want to get. I know I keep getting off topic, but PSN had Ratchet and Clank, the newest, the PS4 one. They had it for like $6, and I bought it. And holy fucking shit, it's awesome.
It's so fucking gorgeous too.
It's like playing a Pixar movie. Like, oh my god, it looks so good.
Sony finally achieved that Pixar level that they set out to when they were talking about the PlayStation 2 way back in the day.
You remember the MotorStorm trailer?
Yeah, man, I definitely do.
Nah, that new Ratchet and Clank is just, it's like, I'll get killed sometimes because I just stop and I look at it and I can't stop looking at it and something shoots me. It's so gorgeous.
I love just pulling up gameplay of it and watching it because of how beautiful the game is.
Oh yeah.
Uncharted 4 is insanely beautiful as well.
Uncharted.
And I really need to play it.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is a masterpiece, but yeah,
we really need to get back to the topic of Ubisoft, so yeah, Beyond Good and Evil looks cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
You and me both.
But yeah, that was...
Ubisoft really just had a very, very good showing this year.
Yeah, they came out, they showed games, they didn't spend a lot of time fucking around, and then they got off the stage, so that's what you want.
For me, nobody absolutely knocked it out of the park this year, but I think Ubisoft got the closest.
I will say that one company for me knocked it out of the park, but we'll save that.
So, Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo next?
Well, Nintendo was last, so I think we do them last. I think...
Microsoft, then?
Yeah.
Let's do Microsoft.
Good, not great.
Obviously, the central piece of this was the Xbox One X. They finally showed it off.
Yeah.
They also showed off a bunch of games that are all coming to it and the original Xbox One as well.
Except, so here's where it, like, and I said this earlier, I'm going to buy the Xbox One X. I'm not buying it on launch, I'm buying it like a month after. So I'm going to get the X because that thing is ludicrously powerful and I want that system, right? Because next year I'm going to upgrade to a 4K TV and I'm going to have the X and I'm going to be ready to go. Because my Xbox is kind of acting up. So I was like, well, I could get the S or I could get the X for a couple hundred more, so I'm going to do that. That being said, how do you show off a system that's that fucking powerful and you show pretty much one game that takes advantage of it, which was Forza?
I don't know, man. I don't think they showed it off particularly well.
They
kept saying it'll be play best on Xbox One X, but they didn't show any like side-by-side comparisons. This is how it'll look on the original. This is how it'll look on the X, or anything like that.
And they showed so many indie games, and I fucking love indie games. Like, no offense, but indie games are not AAA blockbuster titles that are going to take advantage of this massively, insanely powerful system they're putting out. It blew my mind that they did it like that.
Yeah, I really don't feel like they did a good job showing off the Xbox One X and how powerful it is at all.
Yeah.
Like, show us precisely how much better games are going to look on the Xbox One X than the Xbox One. They didn't really do that.
Yeah.
If you're showing off a new system, you've really got to do that.
Yeah. Now, that being said, the pre-orders for this thing are great. I mean, it looks like it's going to do extremely well for Microsoft, so that's cool. However, like, man, what the fuck? Show some big budget games.
They definitely showed off some stuff, but a lot of it's also coming to the PlayStation 3. And a lot of it was indie.
Well, yeah,
They showed a big gameplay demo of Anthem, though.
Anthem looks incredible, yeah. And Assassin's Creed.
Set in Egypt.
Yeah, the Origin. Assassin's Creed Origins, yeah, it looks great.
Game's absolutely fucking gorgeous, and it looks like they're kind of mixing up the Assassin's Creed formula.
Oh yeah, for sure. It looks awesome.
I'm glad that they're not doing the yearly Assassin's Creed release thing that they've done in the past.
Yeah, they're not straying. I thought the last one, Syndicate's really awesome. It's like old world England. I think that was pretty cool.
I didn't actually get around to playing that one, honestly.
I think there'll be a one after this, like 1 year after this, but because they're probably already working on the next one.
This new one does look like a lot of fun, though. I'm kind of excited for it.
And plus, this one, they said it's the map is enormous. I know it's like the full mass of Black Flag, including the ocean or whatever, but it's all land pretty much, except for the Nile. So you're having a huge area to dick around in, and a lot of stuff to do. It looks really fun. The Eagle looks cool. They did show it. I think they showed it running on the Xbox One X, and like the visuals on it definitely look pretty awesome. But I'm excited.
The Eagle was actually in Far Cry Primal. It was pretty cool in that.
Oh, okay.
I really love the new setting for the Assassin's Creed. I love the Egypt setting. It looks like it could have all kinds of cool myth that they could throw in and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, when they showed that trailer and like my jaw just dropped during that thing. I was like, holy shit, that looks awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
They showed off some really cool indie games at the Z3 as well. Like Cuphead was one of them.
Yeah, and I know they said, I believe at E3 is when they said Cuphead was coming out this September, which I'm super excited. Everyone should check out Cuphead.
Speaking of Cuphead, there's some guy professional journalist that posted himself playing it, and this was like 26 minutes of gameplay or something like that, and it was hard to watch, man, because this guy struggled with the frickin' tutorial.
Oof. Is that the thing where like the whole discussion on like games journalists being terrible at video games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it started because of that gameplay video.
Oh, because I was hearing all about that. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, not everyone's going to be awesome at it. I mean, might be better writing about something than you are playing it, but you would expect if your job is to deal with video games, you could at least play them. So I'll have to watch that.
Watch at your own risk, dude. This is like torture or something.
Yeah.
It's 26 minutes of this guy just not being just bad, but being incompetent.
That's amazing. I need to watch this. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll have to watch it just for fun. That's going to be hilarious.
What was that other one that was like the 3D, kind of 2D, pixelated, stylized cyberpunk game?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but holy shit, that looked awesome.
Yeah, the developer of that game, I still can't remember what it was called, caused a huge controversy by simply not being a feminist.
Okay.
It was really fucking stupid, man. Like, quit being offended by everything, you know?
As long as this game's good, I don't give a shit what he does.
Still wish I could remember the name of the damn game, though.
The Last Night.
Yeah, that was it. This game looks really fucking sweet.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
It showed off some other big things I'm sure that we're just missing right now.
I'm trying to think they showed. Oh yeah, that Metro Exodus.
Oh, that looks awesome. I really like the first two, so I'm definitely excited for the third Metro game.
Yeah, that looked cool. The demo was kind of forced, but it looked cool. Yeah. The last night, I am all in on that.
I'm not convinced that the Metro gameplay was actually gameplay because, I mean, do you ever sit there and look at your gun for that long in game?
Very staged, yeah.
Yeah, that right there tells me that it probably wasn't real gameplay.
Right. Yeah, very staged. That's fine. It should be cool, but man, that last night, goddamn, very excited.
I think you'd really like the Metro games. You haven't played them before, man.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like they mix the kind of post-apocalyptic world and atmosphere of Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl with the kind of linear set piece and story-driven first-person shooting of Half-Life 2, and it works really well.
I haven't played them, and I mean to.
You really should, man.
Stalker was great. Yeah.
So watch out for a glitch in the first one because I played through it and beat it, and it has this one glitch where your gas mask will get stuck on because you need a gas mask to go on the surface in order to breathe the air on the surface, and you will have your gas mask will get damaged over time, so you'll pick up gas masks off of other things and replace your current one. And it's got this glitch where you can't take your current one off, and if it gets damaged too bad, you can't see shit. And that actually happened to me while I was playing through it, and I had to reload an earlier save, so watch out for that.
I'll play them eventually, one of these days.
I think you'll probably enjoy them when you do, man.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get around to playing them.
They have such great, thick, awesome atmospheres and like almost survival horror in a way.
Yeah, I love it because I remember that Shadow of Chernobyl, and I was obsessed with that game.
Anyway, we've gotten off topic again. We should really get back to talking about the conference itself.
Let's see, they showed, in a huge win for Microsoft, and I don't know if it's permanently exclusive, but PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming to Xbox.
And that game has sold insanely well on Steam and done exceptionally well for them.
Yeah, man,
Tons of people streaming it at any given time.
It's all you're hearing about right now. It's insane. It looks like a lot of fun. Like, I haven't played it because I don't have a gaming PC, so when it comes to Xbox, I'm for sure going to jump on that.
I kind of hope it comes to the PlayStation 4 as well.
The only reason I hope it doesn't, and this is just me because like Microsoft are so fucking hurting for exclusives. And I have both consoles and I love them, that I would just like them to have something. Like, if they could just keep this on the Xbox, that would be so good for them.
That's true. They really have been lacking in exclusives.
Yeah, Jesus. And they didn't really show many exclusives. They showed Forza.
Yeah, no Halo, no Gears of War this year either.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was hoping, because I knew there wasn't going to be a Gears one, because Gears 4 just came out, and Gears 4 is awesome, but it didn't sell as well as they hoped, so they're probably going to go back to the drawing board. But I was hoping for a Halo tease and just kind of show, like, hey, we're coming back to the roots, you know.
Didn't they just recently release Halo Wars 2?
Something. I don't play those. I didn't get into them originally, and then I played Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and I thought they were awesome, and then I played after that, and the last one really wasn't that good. But I'm really hoping for like a return to the roots, a badass, you know, bring it out.
Well, when making an RTS on a console, you kind of have a whole mountain to climb because, honestly, RTS plays better with a mouse and keyboard than it does with a controller. It's just flat out true.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like those games. I didn't personally get, because I don't even know if I owned one. I might have rented it or just something.
You really have to kind of dumb it down in order to make it play well on a controller, and I think that probably bothers a lot of RTS fans. Also, they missed a golden opportunity with the first Halo Wars to explore the Covenant and their lore and how they work.
Yeah, and I'm not a big RTS guy, so That's just me. But yeah, Microsoft, good, not great. Yeah.
You want to do Sony next?
Yeah.
Cool, let's do Sony next.
Yeah.
Also good, but not great.
They left me hanging. Spider-Man was... Oh my god. I'm still...
One of the best things shown at E3.
It's one of the best things ever shown in history, period.
The game really does look awesome.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
The highlight of Sony's show, I think.
Anyone listening who doesn't have it, Infamous Second Son, it just popped in my head, is PS Plus Game of the Month. So get it.
I haven't played Second Son, but the first one was an awesome game. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I need to play 2 as well.
Definitely, Second Son's awesome, so PS Plus, but anyway, back to the E3. Spidey looks amazing, and I know that closed the show, rightfully so, because I think it looks incredible.
They also showed off a lot of gameplay for God of War, and this game looks fucking awesome as well. I'm really excited about this one.
I was going back and forth on which one I liked, which demo or thing I liked more, God of War or Spidey. I've leaned more towards Spidey, but God of War looks incredible.
I'm leaning more towards Spider-Man as well, but God of War definitely got my attention. The gameplay is slower and more methodical, and it's like a escort mission, but it doesn't look like that aspect of it's going to be a pain in the ass, just like it wasn't in The Last of Us. Really pumped for this.
Yeah, I know. I can't get over it. Like, as amazing as God of War looks, I just keep thinking about that Spider-Man demo. Like, oh my god.
Don't blame you there. It was the thing that stood out the most to me at E3 this year. God of War does change up the formula. It's not the fast-paced and frantic kind of combat that the previous games were.
Which I like that. Change it up, man.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. Like, don't let the formula become stale. Add some things, change some things up. Try to make it fresh again, which I'm sure that they'll do great.
Yeah.
I'm sure the game will be great when it comes out. It's definitely one that I'm going to pick up.
It looks awesome. Yeah.
They also showed off more of that zombie game, Days Gone, that looks kind of cool.
Days Gone looks insane. Looks awesome.
What really impresses me about Days Gone is the sheer number of zombies that they cram on screen, like the sheer number of moving parts on screen at any given time without a single dip in frame rate is truly impressive.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
We're undoubtedly missing some big things that they showed right now.
What? Oh man, what else did they show?
I think a lot of people were probably disappointed that they didn't show off The Last of Us 2.
I knew they weren't going to, because it was nowhere near ready to be shown. There's no way that game is anywhere close to being ready to be shown.
Well, Naughty Dog was busy working on an expansion kind of thing for Uncharted 4 anyway.
Oh, yeah, whatever that. I'm passing on that one. They left me hanging with the Vita once again. I'll still go up and I'll look at mine before I go to bed every night and love it.
You remember who it was that showed off that VR experience? It was like a horror game set in some kind of asylum or something.
Yeah, I want to say that it was Sony, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
That looked cool, and once again, I know we're missing some other things.
Oh, man, I'm drawing. I know they showed off more, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on something.
Yeah, this was really kind of one of those in-between years where you've got all your big games coming up, but so you don't really have anything new to show when E3 rolls around.
It's just very much one of those transition years for Sony.
It's really like that for everyone, I think.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, Microsoft, hell, they had a new console and they only had one giant game, launch game to show off for it. So it was just one of those E3s where the stuff that's been in development for a while, when they don't really have anything new to show, they're showing that off again, which it's cool. I enjoyed seeing everything. It was one of those no real surprises, except for what we'll talk about. But
you want to go ahead and get to them?
yes, because I'm excited.
If ever there was a year for E3 to put on a full-on stage show at E3, This was it. I mean, they just put out their new console. They've got to show off all the new games for it and everything. This was the year to do it.
So I'm going to start by saying that when I said earlier that one of them blew it away for me, it's definitely Nintendo. I think they hands down won E3.
Nintendo was certainly good, but I really think E3 went to Ubisoft this year.
I far more lean towards Nintendo, but that's just me. However, if there was any year for them to have an on-stage conference, this would have been it. They announced a full-fledged Pokemon game coming to the Switch, which is going to be huge. They announced Metroid 4.
I want to be more excited than I am for Metroid Prime 4, but all they really showed was a title screen. Kind of hard for me to get pumped up when that's all I get.
Dude, I lost my fucking mind when I saw that.
I guess I'm just kind of at the point where I need more than a title screen and, hey, this game is coming to get me excited for something. I need gameplay, I guess.
It's just not ready to be shown.
I am glad that we're getting it, though. I really like the Metroid Prime games, so I am excited for this.
Well, because I haven't heard anything about them doing a new Metroid Prime in so long. It's been one of each year at Nintendo's E3s, whether it's a direct or a conference, it's like announce Metroid Prime 4 and they haven't done it. So now we got the Switch, which is fucking sell like crazy, and it's such a great console. And that all I needed was that title screen. Like, okay, I know it's coming. It's not ready to be shown, but they at least let everybody know that, like, hey, we're not kind of being the same old Nintendo. Like, these games that you want, we're making them.
That wasn't the only Metroid project they had there, though, because they showed off a remake of Metroid 2 Return of Samus.
Yeah, they did.
That was not part of their video presentation, though.
It looks awesome. They did one of their Treehouse Directs after E3, and they showed it there.
I'm really excited for this. I mean, Return of Samus was the first Metroid game that I ever played. Way back in the day on the original Game Boy, I got it at a pawn shop or something and played the crap out of it. I never got anywhere because I sucked at it.
Great stuff. Yeah, they showed it at that Treehouse. It was after. So they showed the Kirby game and do a new Kirby game, which is gonna be great.
I love the Kirby games, man. Like another one that I had as a kid and frequently played was Kirby's Dream Land 2 on the Game Boy, and I just fell in love with it. They're easy as hell to beat, and I don't care because they're just so much fun.
They're just so fun.
Yeah, I'm always excited for a new standard Kirby game.
It's gonna be awesome. They showed
off a new Yoshi game too, didn't they?
Yeah, they showed some Zelda, the DLC stuff, which you can only get if you have the Season Pass.
That's kind of dumb, I think. I really don't like Season Passes. What if I want to buy them individually?
Yeah. I don't like that, personally, but Zelda's a masterpiece.
I remember when the industry started doing first Season Passes. At first, the idea was this Season Pass will get you all the DLC for the game. Nowadays, they will release some DLC outside of the Season Pass sometimes. Why?
Yeah, it's beginning to get pretty ridiculous.
I wish we could, ditch the Season Passes entirely. Don't have a Season Pass for Zelda. You just pick and choose what of the DLC you want to buy and just buy it that way. And I guess they're not going to be able to do that or something. I don't know.
It would be nice. It's still, though, Zelda's a masterpiece, but I'm sure that everyone's been saying that.
They also showed off a little bit of Skyrim for the Switch, which we already discussed earlier, so we probably just move on from that.
Yeah, and then they rightfully closed the show with Mario, which looks just amazing. I can't even put it into words.
Yeah, like you throw your hat at enemies and it lands on their head and then you become the enemy. Awesome.
I can't wait to run around New Donk City, man. I'm so fucking excited.
Overall, I would say that this year's E3 was decent, but not amazing. There was a lot of good stuff shown there, but this really felt, like I've said earlier, like one of those in-between years where you already know everything that's coming down the pipeline, so we're just kind of really just showing off a bunch of stuff that you've already seen and are expecting?
Yeah, I think, next year will be the big, all the new IPs being announced and release dates and all that stuff. But these E3s always happen. We always get these, every couple E3s where it's just kind of like, it's not boring, but it's very predictable. You know what's going to be shown. And that's fine. Okay, there's...
If I was to give this year's E3 a letter grade, I'd probably give it a C or so. It's like, not great, but not bad either.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Also, like I said previously, none of the shows this year blew my mind. Good stuff, but nothing just,
Me just being a Nintendo, because with loving the Switch, like Nintendo, they got me, but everything, I don't know, it was just very run-of-the-mill, and it was like, okay, it was over, and a lot of cool stuff to look forward to, which is nice. I mean, October alone is extremely crowded. A game release, it's going to be nuts.
Well, the Mario and Rabbids game has already come out. I think it came out the day we recorded this, maybe?
It was either that or a couple days ago it came out. It was very recent, regardless.
I'm sure next year will be a bigger and better show than this year. I'm sure it won't be quite the disappointment that this year's was, where it's just kind of a lull year.
Yeah, he's looking forward to next year. Where they're finally going to
show off stuff we haven't seen before.
Yeah, when they show Shenmue 3 on stage, and I lose my mind. Even though the gameplay that I saw of it, I didn't lose my mind. I was like, oh.
I'm sure it will be awesome, though.
Still excited, though.
Anyway, thank you everybody for listening to this episode of Press the Action Button podcast here on the Digital Delirium YouTube channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. It would be greatly appreciated, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody, and goodbye.